If this thing lost like 70% overnight, I would not worry.
One thing's for sure, Gen Z is not superstitious.
It's been an exciting week in crypto, lots of activity. Obviously, we've seen the market go up and down, which could be expected. I mean, last month, Bitcoin at 40,000 was like the Wolf of Wall Street. This month, Bitcoin at 40,000 is like the caveman in the snow with no clothing. But
Jim was literally complaining.
It's hard to panic. It's hard not to panic. Even after years of just 20, 30% means nothing. Still.
Honestly, I'm so unfazed, dude. I'm just so numb. Like, I almost pray this thing goes to 15,000. That's how much I believe in it. It's like, if this thing lost like 70% overnight, I would not worry.
One thing's for sure, Gen Z is not superstitious.
No?
Well, I think my superstition has kind of been overcome due to the fact that with so many years of struggle, to finally come to a year where we start off the year and 10 days into the year, the biggest institutions and the government alone is recognizing these assets as legitimate. I think, 4 years ago, I would be concerned if it was 30% dips and whatnot. But now it's like, how can I be when I know behind closed doors, BlackRock, jpmorgan is, getting in the sheets together and trying to figure out how to manipulate this thing so they can control it.
Right.
So that would be my biggest concern more than any charts or any, volatility in the market.
So the reason behind it, I think analysts are in pretty much solid agreement as to why the price has dipped this week, is all to do with the long-standing GBTC discount that has existed, because the biggest ETF is Grayscale. Grayscale, when they converted over to an ETF from whatever their previous like legal formation was, they had the ability to sell the Bitcoin in their possession to actually equal the value of the price. There was some sort of weird thing that was contributing to the discount where the SEC wasn't allowing them to reprice assets in their possession, which was Bitcoin, when it dropped in value. They could only reprice it when it went up.
Oh, right. That was that accounting rule that they recently changed, which allowed companies to mark Bitcoin for their current value versus previously was only if the value of Bitcoin went down. So this is a big win for balance sheets for every company, because instead of having Bitcoin as a asset that you can only mark as losing value, you can also now mark it as gaining value. So it will show the true reflection of how it affects the company and their finances.
So the guys that, I mean, you've probably seen it on Twitter, the spreadsheet that they show, like the inflows and the outflows,
yeah,
like kind of the daily roundup.
It's incredible right now.
It's all Grayscale repricing
for sure,
and probably a combination of people selling the shares that they bought at a discount that are now priced accurately, and also them selling the underlying asset that they weren't able to sell before, now that it's been repriced accurately. But most of it, except for one day this week, was all flowing into other ETFs. Like the inflows outmatched the outflows.
Yeah, and what's interesting is today the Grayscale CEO came out and said that he thinks the majority of the 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs will fail due to fee wars and et cetera, et cetera.
That's what Frank was saying.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's right in a certain degree, but it's just very coincidental that the leader in the ETF market is pointing out the fact that everybody else will fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching The Merge. We've got a ton more stuff for you to watch on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Check us out.